What's up, my Mgtow brethren? Those of you who watch my videos, those of you who are females who stumble upon my videos and come at me in an unflattering light. Like I said before in my last video, I won't be objectifying women. I won't be talking ill truths about any females, but I will keep it real. I will keep it 100. I'll keep everybody's name out of it, but the circumstance I will be talking about. Somebody who will be named nameless keeps asking me to take down the video, delete the video. As long as I didn't get flagged for it, it's going to remain up because I'm speaking my truth. I'm speaking my real, and if you can't handle that, stop watching my videos. I don't understand, Mgtow, how many times I have to tell certain women to stop watching my videos. But for some reason, they keep watching them. And I wanted to speak tonight, not for that reason, but for this reason. Recently, I was dating a 50-year-old woman, white woman. Cool. She was cool, laid back. So we went on. I say the first day was at some bar, cool, whatever. Second time we went to Buffalo Wild Wings. I don't even know if I talked about this, but was supposed to go. Now both times we met up. She didn't come to my spot and go to her spot. We took two cars. I met her, you know, where I met her at. 2 times. So she's fairly close. She lives about maybe 20-25 minutes from me. So it's not a big deal, but peep this. So recently I was supposed to, I was like, yo, listen, let's go to this comedy spot. I know this comedy spot. Let's go there. This was on the day before, you know, so it's like, all right. And she said, well, I gotta go to work the next day. So what time will it be? I'm like 9:45, whatever. She agrees to it, right? Okay. Now I bought the tickets already. Tickets are bought. So basically the day of, we're texting back and forth, and she's asking a lot of questions. And she's like, well, you think you can meet me by blank blank town? I could come closer to you. I'm like, yeah, I'll meet you. Thinking that, you know, I'll meet her, and then, you know, I guess she wants to take one car after work or whatever. I'm like, okay, that's cool with me. And then later on, as the conversation progresses, she's like, oh, do you think you could come to my town? Is that okay if you come to my town? I just want to take one car. I'm like, okay, now I got a problem, because where I was going, okay, so this is where I'm at. This is where I live. This is where she lives. And then we were going to the comedy show, which was over here. So from here to here is where I live to the comedy spot, which is very short. Rather than her coming from her spot up to my spot so we could go to the comedy, she wanted me to come to my spot, go to hers, and then we'll go to the comedy spot. Then I would have to come back down, drop her off, and come back home. Now, I lease a vehicle, and I'm well over my miles. Right about now, I'm about 24,000 miles over. So I gotta pay when I give it back. I told her this. I'm like, listen, well, I showed her a picture of my trip that I'll be taking to come get her so we can go to the comedy spot. I'm like, well, okay, I'll come get you wherever, but this is the trip I'm making. So I sent her a picture of the trip. She's like, okay. I'm like, okay, all right. So push come to shove, I let her know all this. I'm like, listen, it's not a big deal for me to come get you, but you can drive there and I can meet you there. It's logical. Or come to my place and we can go take my car to the comedy spot. I told her about the lease and the miles, and I got to get my car back in like March. So she replies back, well, I wish you would have told me your car situation when we first started dating. I'm like, wait, what? What are you talking about? I don't have a car situation. All I'm saying is, look me out. Meet me at the spot. She's like, well, I didn't know we were gonna be meeting every time we went out. I'm like, we're not meeting every time we go out, but this time, the third time, is kind of logical, especially for both of us. And basically, I caved in. I ain't gonna lie. I don't lie. I try not to lie, especially on these videos. But I caved in and like, okay, you know what? I'll come get you. It's not a big deal. What's your address? Blah, blah, blah. About 20, 30 minutes passed, and she says, I'm still at work. You know what? Just take your friend or a family member or something. I'm like, wow. It's the 50-year-old. Now, I don't know her past relationships and her past experiences with dudes. She named a couple of them, and she's spoken about a couple of them. But I'm not trying to be a dude to keep me in. Listen, it's just logical. And she says, okay, forget about it, pretty much. I'm like, all right, so bloop, bloop, bloop. I called up somebody and took somebody else. Simple as that. But my thing is, like, I don't get certain women. And I see now that this dating scene is getting to be a little, like, a little off. Because I meet women on Tinder, Bumble, you know what I'm saying, and start text back and forth or whatever, and converse, and like certain women, like, I see why they single. I see why they're single. Like, it's not a mystery, and I catch on real quick, whatever it's the first day, whether we don't even get off the texting or because we don't. It's not a lot of talking on the phone. I video chatted with one of my new friends last week, and that was about it. But like, one woman I started chatting with off of Tinder or something, all I did was make a joke about mental health. I said, what are you, schizophrenic or something? You can't remember your birthday or something? I said something crazy along the lines, and she went off. I'll probably discuss this, in another video, but I just had to rehash what happened. It was bananas. So that was it. Block. Boom. I'm starting to become jaded. I'm starting to really get into Mgtow feel of things, because it's like it's not worth it to, give energy, spend energy on certain women that are not worth my time. I'm starting to see now that I'm worth too much, spiritually valuable, in ways that I'm going to start looking at. Because when I give my time to certain women, I want to meet somebody new. And I do want to meet somebody new, because just, the same old is like, I can't do it. But at the same time, it's like all these women want either a relationship, which I'm not giving, but it's on these websites, and when you meet them out in public or wherever, bar, with a shopping center, they still want this. They all want the same, pretty much the same thing. They want a dude to take care of them, They want a man to be emotional but yet be strong and a man, and endure their nagging, endure their emotional roller coaster. I'm not the one. I'm not the one. So I'm gonna pick and choose carefully. You know, I just don't have time for certain women. You know, if you write me off, I'll write you off. I don't have no shame in my game. I'm not gonna lie about anything. You know, so that keeps it real. And right now, it's beginning to look like a lot of women don't deserve my time. I never thought I would say that, but I'm getting there. I'm only having sex with one, and I never thought I would get there. And we're not even in a relationship per se, you know, and it's cool, but it is what it is. So Mgtow, this your boy G, Butter G, and once again, I'm out.